Welcome to Illustrator Lesson 3, and we are taking it right from Lesson 2 that is where we go to. So let's go in by creating a new document. Okay, so I'll go with my custom, that is a 10 by 10 inches, then I create it. So with the previous lesson, that's the lesson 2, we tackled the pen tool, or I'm sorry, the type tool. Right? And we did this very first one here, the type tool. So we are left with the area type tool, the type on a path tool, vertical type tool, vertical area type tool, vertical type on a path tool, and then the touch type tool. Right. So let's take the type tool again. As the name goes, right, it's used for inputting your characters or for typing. So once I click, right, I can type anything in here. Right. I go for my selection tool and I click. I go for the type tool again, and then I can click and drag. Right, and this comes with a placeholder text. So this one right here, we call this area type, right? Area type or paragraph type. And when I go for the type tool and I click, right, so this one here is a point type. I can increase my font size from here. I go for the selection tool, then I can drag the handles from the corners to resize it. And I don't want to distort or constrain it, so I hold down my shift key to resize it proportionally. Okay. Right, so I do my mic selection to select all and I delete. So let me go on to the area type tool. So with this area type tool, I'll first go here, right? I right click here, and then I go with the ellipse tool. You can go with any of the shape tools in here, but I prefer the ellipse tool. So I go with that, I click and drag, holding on the shift to draw a perfect circle. So I go in here for my area type tool, right? So with this, say the insertion point or the cursor in a circular object. So once I click on this, everything goes inside the shape, right? So that's for the area type tool. If I should delete this, right, and then draw a rectangle here, and I go for the area type tool, right, and I click, oh sorry, okay, I click, it goes inside, so it does the same thing. Right. The next one in there, that is a type on a path tool. Type on a path tool. So with this, like, okay, we've typed with a pen tool. So I go with my pen tool. Okay. Okay. So let me use this method instead. I go for the pen tool, I click here, and then I come and click here. Holding on shift for a straight line, and I click here. I want to end my path. So with this, I press on the escape key on the keyboard, then I end it. Now I'll go for the curvature tool. I want to make some curves in here. Right? So I click and drag to create a curve here. I come here, click and drag to create a curve here. And when I'm done, I press my escape key. Okay. So now I'm going for the type on the path tool. So as the name goes, the type on the path. So that means you want to type on a path. Right? So I have this path right here. So I position my cursor right here and I click, and then the text goes on the path. You can also draw a shape, any shape, and you go for the type on the path tool, and then you click and it goes around the shape. Right, so we can see the paths of the shape right here. we have the next one, and that is the vertical type tool. So this when you type, it goes vertically, right? And then the type tool, the normal type tool, also goes horizontally. So if I go for the vertical type tool and I click, you see it here, right? It's going vertical. Yes. So it's self-explanatory. Okay. The next in there is also the vertical area type tool. So as we did for the normal area type tool, I go for the rectangle, I draw, right? And with the vertical area type tool, when I click on the path, it goes down vertically. Right. So checking the next one in there, we have the vertical type on the path tool. Okay. So let me go for my pen tool once again. Right. So escape. Then I go there again, and the vertical type on the path tool on this path, and it goes vertically. If I should draw a shape also, it goes around the shape vertically. Okay. Now the last tool in here, that's the touch type tool, the touch type tool. So with this touch type tool, when I click, you can move or shift individual characters. Okay, so when I click, it selects and can move it away. I click, I select this and I can move it away. Right. So that's the work of the touch type tool. Right. So we are done with everything here concerning the type tool. Right. So with the type tool right here, right, just click and then you have your text in here. You can type in anything in here once it's highlighted. In this mode, you cannot type anything here. Let me clear this once. In this mode, you cannot type anything in here. So once you double click, right, it will take you to the type tool. Right? So you can highlight, right, and then you type your word in there. So in here also, as I talked about in the lesson 2, right, we have in here, that is the fonts, right? Fonts. The default font for Adobe Illustrator is the Married Pro. The Married Pro is the default font for Adobe Illustrator. So to change the fonts, you click on the drop down here. Right? Then you have many fonts in here. Right? So I have go with this font, and then you have the font style also. So something like this, and I go here, okay, it's still regular, but with some fonts you can get the bold, italic, and other stuff. So let me go there again and then change my fonts. Okay. So with where we see the 33, right? So 33 points, right? So we can increase the size from here or can decrease it with this. But once I come here, okay, I have it in here, which I can increase or decrease it from here, right? So here we have up to 72. But if you want to exceed 72 also, you can type in the number that you want in there. So I can type in 100 right here and then enter, and it happens. Okay. And this is for the alignments, for left alignments, this for align center, and then this is for align right. Okay. You can align it right, center, or to left. Okay. So in here also, right, this is almost seen on every tool selected or every tool active or most of the tools. So we have this in here for the fill color. So with this, I can change the color in here. Once I click outside, you see the color change. And then you have a stroke or an outline, which you can give to it. So I can give this, I go with the black. So you click on this arrow and then the colors are in here. Or you can come here, double click here, and then you can change the color from here. So, okay, so I have my color to be black. And then the stroke, this is the size of the stroke. So the size is 1 point from here. You can click on this arrow and then you can change the size of the stroke from here, or you use this up arrow to increase it or this to decrease it. When you click here, you have some other options that you can apply to the stroke. As you have the cap, the corner, and then the align. Now with the alignment, this is aligned to the center. So the stroke is aligned to the center of the edge. Now if I go there, this is align inside. So when I click, the stroke moves inside. Okay, right. And this will align the stroke outside the outline. Okay, so we end it for the type 2 here, and then we continue with the line segment 2 and then the other tools in here in lesson 4 and the other lessons. Thank you.